Al Black here, Marketing Manager at AUSPAN Group, and today we are up at Mullewa at the Mullewa Field Days Walk, and I've just bumped into a rather interesting chap, Flynn.
Yeah.
And you had a surname that made me go, oh, I've heard that name before.
Drage is one of the first in the state, and we are everywhere. We're prolific.
Yeah, so I recognise that name. If you look on our website, Scott and Amory Drage, we did a great case study with them not that long ago. Anyway, I digress. So Flynn, you're a quantity surveyor by trade. So
Engineering surveyor, yep. UAV manager, yep.
Okay, but so you've been doing that like 12, 13 years?
Thereabouts, yep.
But you've got an interesting kind of slant. You've just given this great chat today, and I thought, I've got to speak to Flynn on camera. So can you tell us a bit about this slightly, they're sort of related? Or?
Yes, yeah. Well, all survey is data collection at the end of the day. So to me, and I have a lot of family and friends who are in ag already, I always saw the potential for drones in ag. And I've been dabbling in it over the years. We've done a few little experiments with Cam Jenkins here out here. We've been on these paddocks behind us, or just a bit further north. Done some green on brown, and just lately we've done some green on green a bit further south. And yeah, we just see some huge potential, particularly with the technology. What do you call it? AI learnings and stuff. It's really starting to become more powerful, and it's hopefully getting to the point now where the farmer can do everything himself paddock side, and they're not having to rely upon capturing data and sending it to Europe or over east to have it processed and come back a week later when it might be too late to utilise. Okay,
so you were saying before in the past all the data that's available is for the American and European markets, and we're trying to ideally build out Australian data for Australian farmers.
Yes, so the program is very much, it learns from the more data it gets. It is a European company, Pixel Fields, and then they obviously Europe, and they're pretty big in America, but Australia is such a small market, they haven't really got captured a lot of data here. They happily service us, but there just isn't a lot of data. So the more data we can get and pump into their systems, the better it will get for Australian farmers to use these AIs and these algorithms to isolate the weeds. So we're talking green on green, so trying to pull radish out of lupins or wheat or whatever. And green on brown theoretically should be very simple with this new technology.
Yeah, right. You've got to train those models.
Yes. Ideally, I'd like to just help facilitate people to set it up themselves on farm, particularly with all the young blokes taking over the farm. So, drone, a good processing laptop, and the subscription of Pixel Fields. Ideally, the bloke can go out in the morning, start mapping, when the sun's high enough, 8 and 9 o'clock, hopefully get a couple of 100 hectare map by lunchtime. You can process that data and have that'll process the stitched imagery, create an overall ortho, and then from that we can train the algorithm to select the weeds and leave the crop, and it'll end up boxing up the weeds. Take those boxes, they output a shapefile that then goes into your commercial sprayers, goes into your other drones, your spraying drones like the DJI Agris and such. And then they just go out there and isolate. If it's nozzle controlled, it'll just turn on as it goes on, provided you got your GPS corrected, which is another kettle of fish, but that can all be sorted on site.
Maybe that's time for another video.
Yeah. But that's the biggest bugbear, why survey GPS and ag GPS don't want to play on the same page, even though they're both all made from the same companies like Trimble and so on. But they like to separate because they get to sell it twice.
Yeah. Makes sense. Thanks so much for taking the time. I will have your details on the post when we post this up. So I think what you're doing is great, and benefits everyone at the end of the day.
Like I said, it's a passion project. It's not really surveying, so it's more just
I can hear the passion in your voice.
For letting me do this stuff.
I can hear the passion in your voice in there. I was like, I've got to talk to this guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm off to do some real survey work tomorrow out in Kew. So
nice one, Flynn.
Too easy, mate.
Thanks, mate. All the best.
Too easy.